Good evening, Eagles Nest. We're broadcasting live from the old lodge at the Pisgah. We're going to try something new tonight on the Pisgah Home Companion called Quiz Show. Here's how it works. We'll pick a random phone number and give them a call and a chance to win a prize if they can answer a few questions. Let's try a number. Here we go. Ring, ring.
Hello?
Hey, this is the Pisgah Home Companion radio show, and you're on the air with us.
Oh, wow! I love your show!
Thanks. We're playing Quiz Show, and if you can answer a few questions, you'll win a sweet prize.
Sounds fantastic. I'm so excited. Okay, what's the question?
All right, here goes. Can you list 5 things that you could do to a drunken sailor early in the morning?
Okay, here goes. How about giving them a big glass of Gatorade and some cheesy grits?
Click. Sorry, that's not on the list. Let's try another number. Bring, bring, bring.
Hello.
Hi, this is the Pisgah Home Companion, and you're with us live on the radio tonight. How would you like to play Quiz Show and try to win a prize?
Boy, how do you bet? I love your show. What's the question?
Can you list 5 things to do to a drunken sailor early in the morning?
Well, that's easy. First, I'd give them a nice hot shower.
Oh, so sorry. Click. That's not on the list. All right. Oh, so sorry. That's not on the list. This is not working out quite like we planned. Let's try one more number. Bring, 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 bring.
Hello, matey. Who might this be a calling me?
Good evening, sir. This is the Pisgah Home Companion. You're live on the radio.
What do you want this evening, my boy?
We're playing Quiz Show. If you can answer a few questions correctly, we'll give you a wonderful prize.
Aye, let's give it a shot.
Okay. Can you list 5 things you can do to a drunken sailor early in the morning?
Well, I could stick him in the brig till he's sober.
That's 1.
Oh, well then I'd put him in the scuppers with a hosepipe on him.
That's number 2.
Shave his belly with a rusty razor, and then definitely put him in the bed with the captain's daughter.
Keep going. You're doing great. 1 more and you win.
How about hanging the scallywag by the leg with a running bowline?
That's correct. You win.
Hooray, up she rises!
Now stay on the line so we can get your information. Tell him what he's won, Johnny. We're going to give you 3 things. Song and laughter and a wooden home. A vacation home. It's our triple prize pack. A triple wooden home in the shining seas. Yes, that's right. You go a week's vacation on the beautiful Isle of Ho. This beautiful island off the coast of Maine features yellow fields glistening with dew in the morning sun, warm winds, and high moons. Captain, can I ask you how you know so much about treating intoxicated merchant marines?
Well, Sonny, that's what you do with a drunken sailor. That's what you do with a drunken sailor. That's what you do with a drunken sailor. That's what you do with a drunken sailor.
And now another song.
All right, you guys. Tonight we've got a cover of Tallest Man on Earth. Well, some may say it's not even funny. There you stand and not even try. They say it
So now we've got a letter from Cabin 7. Hello, Grammy. Hello, Grampy. Life is going very campy. Eagle's nest is kinda weird. We ate a couple 3-leaf plants in third period. I went hiking to a wheel. It gave me an awkward feel. Walked in circles till I was dizzy. Oh, please, Grampy, tell me that you miss me. You remember Ayana Brown? Every moth will make her frown. In fact, every insect that we see here strikes in her some deathly kind of fear. The other counselors all hold our hands, laced up fingers, all like clams. We stand in circles, singing songs. Grammy, Grampy, it goes on and on. Things are strange. Things are strange. Oh, Grammy, Grampy, things are odd. They're much too campy now. I'm lost out in the forest where I think I even see a bear. Where's the trail? Just got to find my cabin 9 and other boys to bide my time before I have to play with newts and fish today. Dearest Grams, did you look at other camps? There's broccoli flavor in the water. I still thank God that I'm not at Campanada. Despite the oddness and the juju, I can't say that I really miss you. Things are going pretty swell. I gotta go. I think I just heard the bell.
Now, the Cheoah Trio again.
Where
And now for the evening news with Haley. The Metropolitan Transportation Authority has announced a 5-cent increase in its fares yesterday, catching some commuters off their guard. We go now live to our reporter who is on one of the MTA's trains.
Hi, Jacob. I'm talking to one many surprised commuters who are literally stuck in the train because they didn't have enough money to pay for a change. What is your name, sir?
I'm Charlie.
Charlie. Can you please tell us about your experience with MTA today?
Well, I started out pretty normally. I, put 10 cents in my pocket, kissed my wife and children, and kissed them goodbye, and went down to the Scully Square station. The next thing I know, the conductor's yelling at me that I need to pay one more nickel or I can't get off the train. I mean, seriously, what will become of me? I've got, a sister in Chelsea and a brother in Roxbury. I can't afford to even go see them.
How have you been able to survive without food or water, Charlie?
Well, my wife came down to the station this afternoon and handed me a sandwich through an open window. And I don't know what I'll eat tonight because she works the graveyard shift at the hospital.
Charlie, why didn't your wife hand you some extra money along with the sandwich?
Well, to tell you the truth, I've never even considered that.
Anything else you want to tell the citizens of Boston, Charlie?
Yes, I think it's disgusting how people have to pay and pay. We need law and order, progressive politicians like David O'Malley. He's getting my vote in the next election.
All right, Charlie, thank you. Do you have any last words to describe your day?
It's been tragic and fateful, I have to say.
Back to you, Jacob.
Thank you very much, Haley. That was very, very enlightening. And now we have a very special guest appearance by Miss Ayana Brown. She will be reading us some very lovely poetry.
The mind, because it feels snow, and then the snow melts, and dandelions will be gone, and you can walk through them. Your trousers, plastered with dew, they're all waiting for you. But first, here's a booth, where you can win a peacock feather for bursting a balloon, a man in huge stripes shouting about a boy who is half swan, the biggest pig in the world. Then you'll pass tractors, pulling other tractors, tree snag, bright wrappers, and then you will come to a river, and then you will wash your face. Okay. Here's the next one, here's the next one.
No, this is not going to stay now.
Oh my God,
Welcome. Can you please turn the house lights off, please? It's too bright. It hurts these eyes.
Too dark. Turn on maybe some lights, though.
I can't
There's
see.
like 1 or 2 lights, probably, for everybody else. Oh, there
All
we
right.
go. Welcome.
We have a performance.
Yes, we have
We're the Velvet Underground. Right now. If you're quiet enough, we might show the mineral bounties of the earth.
As if. LDK.
Ready? I'm ready. Oh, I wish I were a mole in the ground. I wish I were a mole in the ground. Mole in the ground. Mole in the ground.
Recently, Jacob's granddad wrote his memoirs. Oh, good night, JPAs.
Good night, JPAs.
Good night, JPA.
Housewife.
Oh, we have a real treat for you tonight. Mad Dog. Luke, are y'all ready? Come on up, give it up for it.
This next segment Talon. This segment's brought to you by the Talon, the Eagles Nest Locally newspaper of folly and fodder. Please write with contributions, interesting facts, trip reports, and the wherewithal know-how of everything that goes on around you to the Talon, P.O. Box 22, Front Porch, Eagles Nest Camp. Here we go, the Woffords.
Hello, I'm Ayana Wofford and Luke Wofford, and we were digging through the archives the other day and we found some letters home from when we were campers.
That we wrote to our mother.
That we wrote to our mother.
Okay, let's see. It's really hard to read because I think I was illiterate at the time. I miss you guys so much. I didn't get to take, I didn't write anything there, and I'm really upset about that. Claire didn't really want to take it, and she got to. I gotta focus on this. Please write a letter to me. I'm dying of it. Send me my water shoes that you got me. I left them behind. I love you. Tell Grandma her letter's on the way. Sorry. When we got chosen from tribes, I got Nazi-ho. We got to get all muddy in a mud wrestling fight. Just our tribe got in the mud. Then I gave Malin a mud hug. Also, I can take my pants off without unbuttoning them.
Dear home, having fun? Today is Saturday, and we are going to have a cookout and square dance. But first, we are going to have an awesome game of Survivor with our cabins. Luke is doing fine, and I'm going to try to get him to dance tonight. Let's see. I have yet to receive a letter from Claire or Papa. Reminder! And I know Luke really wants more letters because his cabin is huge and he has to watch tons of mail being passed out before he realizes he didn't get it. On Monday, I leave to go on a 24-hour solo. I'm kind of excited, but they said we couldn't bring books to read, which was kind of the reason I was excited. But I think I'm still gonna sneak one in. We also have to fast for those 24 hours, so what else would I do? They want us to bring only a journal, but I hate writing, and my hand hurts already. Maybe I'll draw some though. I made this awesome batik. I can't wait to show you. Grandmother and Uncle Buddy wrote me and sent me a shirt I left in Mississippi. How is the fence coming along? Well, I gotta go. Love you lots. Right back. Matt. In the pines where the sun never shines, and shiver when the cold wind blows. Little girl,
Give it up. That was great. Anyways, Jacob's granddad just published his memoirs, Pie for Breakfast and Other Stories. So this is a true story. It's called An Indian Story. Friends and my wife and I finished lunch. In Maine, we call it dinner, in a Sears Fort, Maine restaurant. The others went outside to the car while I paid my bill. At the same time, an older lady, about 70 years old, she looked, and alone, also came up to pay her bill. She was looking at me quite intently. All of a sudden, she said,
"Are you an Indian?"
Imagine being asked a question like that from a stranger. Are you an Eskimo, or a Mongolian, or an Aborigine? Stalling for time to collect my wits, I replied,
"What did you say?"
And she repeated,
"Are you an Indian?"
Whatever made this lady think I was an Indian? What was she thinking about? I realized that if I said no, that would be the end of it. I never would find out why she was interested in Indians. So instead I said,
"Yes, yes I am. I am an Indian. Why do you ask?"
"I thought so."
I noticed the lady looking at my wristwatch band, which is Zuni turquoise and silver.
Oh no, this is Western Indian. I'm from the East.
My wife, who did not witness this conversation, later thought the lady more likely to notice my hair, which I wear in a long ponytail, but the lady was looking at my watch, not my head.
"Are there really Indians in Maine?"
Well, I am.
"No, what I mean is, there are many. Are there many Indians in Maine? Groups? What do you call them? Tribes?
Quite a lot of them.
Well, what are they? What are they called?"
The lady was not hesitant to ask her questions, and very bluntly.
Well, the Passamaquoddy, Penobscot, Micmac, and Maliseet.
"And what are you?"
I'm a Penobscot.
"Where do they live?"
I tried to give directions.
On an island called Indian Island, in the middle of the Penobscot River in Old Town, just north of Bangor.
It was clear that the lady was no good at geography. She must be a tourist in Maine for the first time and wanting to see an Indian, and something else, as we'll see later. The cashier tried to help with directions, but it was no use. The lady already had another question.
"What about the other Indians, the tribes? Are they just like you?"
Like me in some ways, and not in others. We don't talk about other tribes. We mind our own business. We're not like the white man who is so much concerned about multiculturalism and unification.
It was becoming clear that the lady had some stereotypes about Indians, so I decided to fend them off by adding to my replies,
just as the white man does.
"Well, Indians, you do know. What do they do? Do they work?"
Of course they work. They work in the mills, cut wood, rake blueberries, drive school buses, just like the white man does.
"Are they educated, these Indians? Do they go to school?"
Certainly they go to school. Elementary, high school, and even college, just like the white man does.
"College? They go to college?"
Yes, they go to college, if they want to. I've been to college.
"You have? I declare."
I have several college degrees.
"Think of that. What did you study?"
Now I decided to really stretch my replies to see how gullible this lady might be, to see how far I could go and still have her believe me.
I studied Indian lore and culture.
"Oh, isn't that nice? Colleges have such a program."
I remained silent, like an Indian.
"Names! What kind of names do Indians have? What is your name?"
Bob.
"Bob? That's not an Indian name. I thought you were an Indian. That's an English name."
Oh, you've got the wrong impression. Bob doesn't mean Robert like the English name. My full name is Bobolink, Sweet Song in the Morning Sky.
"Gosh, you're right. That is a long name. Do you ever have trouble writing it?"
Not usually, except when we got one of those government forms to fill out. You know, the kind where they want you to write your name in little boxes, each letter in a box, and they give you only 10 or 12 boxes for your whole name. Then it is difficult. The first time I only got about half my name written before I ran out of boxes. And when I sent in the form, I only got half my compensation check in return.
"That's not fair. What did you do?"
I decided that from then on I'd shorten my name, so now I call myself Bob Skye, the first and last word of my full name. Except that I put an E on the end of it, S-K-Y-E, like the English do. I thought it might give me an advantage. Now I get my whole name on the form.
You are a clever fellow.
An Indian has to be most of the time.
What do Indians eat? I thought they hunted and fished and gathered berries. So what are you doing eating in a restaurant?
We eat the same things as the white man does, not just deer and bear and fish. We eat whatever we want to eat and whatever we like.
What do you like?
I like quiche.
Quiche? I declare, you have been English. First you had an E to your name, and now you're eating quiche? What
Indians have been wondering about that for many years.
What about health care? Do Indians go to doctors and hospitals? I've heard they have medicine men. Do they have a place? Do they take the place of doctors?
Oh, no, that's not what a medicine man does. We go to doctors if we need to. We use Medicare, just like the white man does. We're not Christian scientists, you know. We even go to hospitals if we need surgery.
Have you ever been to the hospital?
Now the lady was getting personal.
Yes, I've been to the hospital.
Well, what for?
She was getting very personal.
2 hernias, hemorrhoids, and a colonoscopy.
By now the conversation was winding down. Good thing, too, because the other diners were beginning to queue up and pay their bills. And the cashier who witnessed all this was getting glassy-eyed.
Well, Mr. Wofford, it was nice to meet you and get all this information about Indians. I'm going to tell my friends all about you.
I'm sure you will, I thought to myself.
Just one more thing. Here in Maine, you know this isn't Indian. Where can I see a moose? I'd love
First
to see
she
a
wants to see an Indian and now a moose. People come to Maine to see a moose where there are about 40,000 and 2,500 killed every fall in the moose hunt season. And she wanted to know where they are. Did she have a shotgun in her car? But given the trouble I'd had trying to direct the lady to Indian Island in Old Town, I didn't think I could get her much farther north where the moose are. So I avoided the questions and instead waved goodbye and left the restaurant and rejoined my wife and friends. More music.
Night.
Armando is our kitchen staff member, and he speaks Spanish. So, we brought Reese in to translate him. Welcome, Reese! So, Armando, where are you from?
¿De dónde eres? Oh, soy de México.
Wait.
Sí.
So, where did you hear about this camp?
¿Dónde escuchas ese campo? ¿Campo? Yo escuché de este campo. En mi universidad había un póster y el póster decía Summer Job. Y luego yo dije, oh, cool. Y luego yo apliqué y Eagles, el nest de la águila.
He saw a poster in his university. The poster he saw that said Eagle's Nest, he said, oh, cool about it.
Yeah, we're tired.
That's amazing. So, is this your first year here?
¿Es tu primero año? No. Es mi segundo año.
It's his second year.
Wow. So, how did you get here? Because Mexico is pretty far away. Like, did you get on a plane or did you cycle?
I guess I was
Yo llegué a este campo por avión.
And then what happened?
¿Qué pasa?
Yo llegué muy tarde al aeropuerto y yo sabía que alguien iba a esperarme ahí con un letrero que decía welcome or something like that. Y luego yo pensé, oh, cool again. Yo debería tomar una foto para recordar. Y luego yo llegué y vi a esta persona que tenía un letrero que decía bienvenida Armando. So then I say, oh, okay, I was going to take a picture.
So he was camping in the Andes Mountains. A huge bear came out of his attacked his van, but then he had to run to
okay, I got this. Actually, he was Marlin being like there for me. He was holding a sign, a welcome sign, which in Spanish says bienvenida, which is for girls. And I was about to take a picture, because who wouldn't take a picture of that? But then I was like, okay, no, I shouldn't take the picture.
Which is really good.
So, what is your most memorable meeting at camp? Is that the Marlin meeting?
Actually, perdón.
Speak perfect English.
Bueno, después de que conocí a Marlin y el bienvenida a Thyme,
after we met all saw the sign,
he asked me about my name, porque yo pregunté su nombre y él dijo Marlin. Y luego yo dije, ¿cómo? Y dijo Marlin, como like the fish. Y luego le dije, what fish? Y luego él dijo, como el like de pescado. Y luego yo dije, ¿cuál pescado? Y luego él dijo, okay, forget it.
You guys probably got the gist of that one.
So, Armando, what does a day at home look like for you outside of camp?
¿Cuál es un día típico?
Un día típico en México para mí es voy a la universidad y estudio arquitectura y es muy cool.
Architecture.
Wow, architecture.
Es muy padre.
So, what is your favorite thing about camp and why?
¿Cuál es tu cosa favorita de ese campo?
Campo. Yeah.
That's what I said.
Mi cosa favorita de este campo es la gente, porque ellos son muy amigables y divertidos. Y
he's afraid of birds.
Yeah.
Ah, I see. Well, that's sad for you. So, what tribe are you, Armando?
¿De cuál grupo?
Yo soy un Nazi.
So, one more question, Armando. Do you like America?
Now we're with our sponsors. Are you looking for true love and romance? Well, come on down to Scarborough Fair Flea Market. Not only do we have a wide range of herbs and parsley, sage, rosemary, thyme, and basil, we offer a variety of products guaranteed to help your love life. Nothing can help you find true love. Ours are made of finest fabrics without any seeds or or needlework, and one size fits all. It starts to smell a bit funky after true love washes it yonder way. It's filled with the finest water that can either spring or rainbow. We also have fabulous real 3 classes. We have oceanfront land right between the salt water and the sand. Nothing's more than this. We're going to Scarborough Fair Flea Market. Remember me. To one who lives there.
spoken word about Rocky Mountain High.
He was born in the summer of his 27th year.
Coming home to a place he'd never been before.
He left yesterday behind him. You might say he was born again.
You might say he found a key for every door.
When he first came to the mountains, his life was far away, on the road and longing by a song.
But the string's already broken, and he doesn't really care. It keeps changing fast, and it doesn't last for long.
In the Colorado Rocky Mountains high, I've seen it rain and fire in the sky. Shining from the starlight, it's something in a lullaby. Rocky Mountain high, Colorado. Rocky Mountain high, Colorado.
He climbed Cathedral Mountains. He saw silver clouds below.
He saw everything, as far as you can see.
And they say that he got crazy once, and he tried to reach the sun.
Now he lost a friend, but kept his memory.
Now he walks in silent solitude, the forests and the streams, seeking grace in every step he takes.
His sight has turned inside himself to try and understand the serenity of a clear blue mountain lake. And the
Colorado Rocky Mountain high, I've seen it rain and fire in the sky. Dark to God and listen to the casual reply. Rocky Mountain high, Colorado. Rocky Mountain high, Colorado.
Now his life is full of wonder, but his heart still knows some fear of a single thing he cannot comprehend.
Why try to tear the mountains down to bring in more?
More
people, more scars against the land.
Rocky Mountain high, I've seen it rain and fire in the sky. Building a big Wofford, and the Amazon eagle fly. Rocky Mountain high, Colorado. Rocky Mountain high,
by our very own Sam Benedict and Byron Brown.
White squirrel.
Want to know
Boy, Sam.
Hi, white squirrel.
Now it's time for Police Beat. In law and disorder news today, local police arrested a man for disturbing the peace after he was seen riding a billy goat through town while leading a hound dog, which barked and caused the goat to throw the man right straddle a stump. Police said the man, identified as Old Dan Tucker, was also intoxicated in public and attempted to light his shoe on fire. The suspect attempted to flee the police by climbing a tree, which proved to be a foolish escape plan as the limb he was hiding on broke and he literally fell into the arms of arresting officers. Police were also called out last night to the scene of a brutal crime. It seems a gray goose was stolen from Old Mother Flipperflapper's farm. Police are searching for a suspect in the abduction of the reportedly greasy goose. Forensics experts were able to locate a little evidence. Parents, you might want to have your children leave the room, as it was quite gruesome. The evidence? Gnawed bones, which were matched to the victim through DNA analysis. Also last night, a local squatter called police. Troopers to apprehend a jolly swag man accused of poaching a jump buck and hiding in his tucker bag while he waited for his billy to boil. When the three troopers arrived with the squatter on his thoroughbred, the swag man jumped into a nearby swamp, telling the officers, "You'll never catch me alive." Troopers report that at the time, the swag man is still at large, or perhaps a ghost. And now for the weather with Jacob.
Right. Hi, I'm Jacob. I'm doing weather today. Let's see. The weather today was warm with clear, sunny skies. No, it wasn't. It was a great day. It was a great day for families as babies were born. Children took their first step and spoke their first word in the circle of the sun. The forecast for tomorrow will be a big change as there will be pouring rain and a whole lot more for the next day. The rivers are expected to become very deep and therapists are expected widespread depression associated with the heavy downpour. Back to someone. There's a beaver, maybe some music. I don't know.
Thank you, Jacob. We're down here on the down in the stables where we've had a bit of an incident going on. Seems there was a little incident at the barn. Let me get over to our medical correspondent, Dan.
Hi, this is Dan F. When I arrived on the scene, we found the remains of what appeared to be a 10-year-old girl that had been eaten or trampled by a girl. And the remains of it.
And how is the accident victim?
It's not good. Oh my God. I think that's smoking now. Right. I think you should take cover. God.
Check back with that camera later. Hope she's doing all right. Now let's have some more music.
Let's get rich and buy us
pie for breakfast. True stories. When I was a young boy, 13 years old, living in a children's home, I was sent to live on a farm in Maine. To help with the work, I soon realized the old couple who owned the farm certainly needed help. They were in their 60s, childless, with a 300-acre farm, milking 10 to 20 cows twice a day. What does that mean? Mowing and storing hay to feed those cows, raising a potato crop for sale, and pulpwood and lumber for a few more pennies, and cutting firewood day and night to heat the house that had no insulation, no running water, no electricity, and by now you will agree, no hope to survive without help. So they sent away and got me. The elderly couple was a Mutt and Jeff cartoon, and Jekyll and Hyde as well. The man was a peanut, not much more than 5 feet tall and 100 pounds weight before drying off after his Saturday night bath. He was friendly and pleasant, everyone liked him, but he was married to that woman. The old woman, to avoid embarrassment, though she was long dead, I will not use her name, but we'll call her the old woman. The old woman was the opposite, not much taller than the man, about half again his weight, and certain she knew everything and always ready to have everyone else accepted. She was the boss because she helped with the outside work and was a better hand member than the man. We had no power equipment to help with the work. She also thought that she worked harder than the rest of us. The old man was cowed and henpecked. The old woman was a very unpleasant person. What about me? What was I like? I had no parents or any other relatives. I'd lived in children's homes for as long as I could remember. They're not homes like Charles Dickens wrote about. We were cared for, housed, and fed, and clothed, and doctored when necessary. We went to school like everyone else, and church did not have much effect. We had regular duty or work assignments, call and chores. In one home, we even were paid a wage, 20 cents an hour. I never tried to avoid work. It turned out to be good preparation for what was to come. And I never felt sorry for myself. It seemed to me that this was the way life was supposed to be. Some people today call that reality. My children got along very well with each other, and with the supervising adults, all in all, it was satisfactory. And most of the time, a happy life. Make what you can of the children's home rearing. What effect it had on me is that I did not then, and still do not, like persons who mistreat others. Now on the farm, we got out of bed at 3:30 in the morning to milk and feed the cows and clean their manure, shovel snow in the winter, and cut and store hay in the summer, cut lumber and pulpwood for sale and firewood for the stoves, plant dig potatoes. All the while, the old woman pushed and domineered us, complained and demanded and intimidated everyone who came nearby. Could the animals have talked, she would have bullied them too. Outsiders may think farm life is idyllic, not on the farm. I put up with this yin and yang for more than 6 years, while in the 8th grade in school and high school, and a year or so after that. What was the alternative? I had nowhere else to go. No one who cared for me. No chance to continue education in college. No other job or place to live or food to eat. I was too young to join the army. What else could I do but put up with it? A day came, though, when the yin and yang was too much. I can't remember the incident, but I do remember it was wintertime, close to Christmas, cold, and snow on the ground. Something was said or done that put me over the edge, and I announced I was leaving. It didn't take much to do that. I hadn't accumulated enough in 6 years to need a moving van. All I had were the clothes on my back, my favorite axe, maybe a book or two, and a wooden sled I had made myself. I tied on the few belongings and headed on down the road. Where could I go? When I first arrived on the farm, I met some neighborhood boys, 4 of them from one family, and we became buddies and mischief makers. For 6 years they had seen from afar, with no need for binoculars, my life with the old couple. Now I was headed to their house, about a mile away. I couldn't delay or I'd freeze in place. Though life meant work nearly all the time, we boys had found moments for fun and play, especially like baseball. And especially we could go on a side hill pasture littered with cow manure with not enough players for a team. We also liked to roam the woods. No one was there to prevent the inventions and escapades we created. Several years earlier, we had built a small cabin in the woods. One room with a bed, a table, several homemade chairs, and the ever-needed wood stove. We thought of the club cabin as a hideout, which it soon was to become. Later, another neighbor boy and I lived in that cabin for a winter. Even a witch couldn't get warm in there. And if it was to be a real hideout, it had to have a secret place. So we dug out the floor, below the floor, and installed a trapdoor for quick entry. It was there I was headed. After all, this part of town was not littered with motels or inviting with Christmas cheer. The boys and I soon made the cabin comfortable. We ate there, slept there, played cards, and generally had a good time. Why not? It was Christmas holiday, a time to make merry. I don't recall if, meanwhile, I ever thought about how things were going back on the farm. It was Christmas there, too. Who could do my assignment of chores before night came again? One day we heard a rumor that the old woman was looking for me. Call the sheriff. That is what she had done, demanding that he locate me and bring me back to the farm. If not in handcuffs and leg chains, then at least contrite. The cabin was deep in the woods and barricaded by mounds of snow and ice. There we sat, 4 of us around the table with a cozy fire, playing cards and drinking cider. We had not a care in the world. Then we heard again, and for real this time, that the sheriff was on the way. You should know something about the sheriff. The story would be incomplete without the insight. He was a deputy sheriff, a middle-aged man, rather short in stature and with a halting limp. I don't know how he could have wrestled a crook to the ground. Perhaps he'd been injured when younger. Like many men working around dangerous equipment on the farm and in the woods. No matter, he was a pleasant fellow, not gruff or burly or with military pose. We liked him, and even called him by his first name. No formality of sheriff. He lived down in the village about 5 miles away, and now we heard for sure that he was headed to our cabin, in spite of the wicked snowstorm outside. How did he know I would be in the cabin? Other than the fact that he was not a dunce and could figure things out for himself, he may have talked with the boy's parents, who, not wanting to be on the wrong side of the law, yet still inclined to equivocate, opined that we might be up in the woods. We boys, being not yet too young to have learned through hard experience not to lie, would have steered him to the other direction. But on he came, headed right for us. We could see them through the frosted cabin window. Poor soul, his halting gait made the trip more difficult. With the snow drifts and the cold he had to manage, up and down he went, more up than down, and forward, pushed back and forth by the wind, so we had time enough to prepare before he got to the door. We pushed aside the table, opened the trap door, and down I went into the hole. The boys closing the door behind me, pulling a rug over it and setting the table back in place, and taking their seats, and dealing the cards. The sheriff reached for the door. Bang, 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 or rap, 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 or knock, knock, knock. I don't know which one tone it was. When we built the cabin, I insisted that we did not need a doorbell. Again, bang, bang, bang. None of this open up in the name of the law that we see on television today. The boys opened the door, and there was the sheriff. I imagine, I was in the hole, a foolproof way to learn the truth was to see someone act surprised. I'm looking for Bob Sherman. Is he here? I'll use my name since the story's about me. Looking around the room, again, evasively, as unknown to them, I could be hiding in the woodwork. The boys denied almost everything except their own existence. No, we haven't seen him. He's probably up on the farm doing chores. We're just playing cards here, not gambling, and that's not hard cider, it's just a bit old. We're not doing anything wrong, on and on, as if they were getting paid by the word. I learned a good lesson then, which is not to give more an answer than a question requires. Had the sheriff been interested in any of those things, he would not have had them all in jail. He would have had all of them in jail for life. Instead, he swept aside the protest. I didn't come for that, he said. The old woman's complained that Bobby has left home, a runaway, and she wants him back. Of course she does. The sheriff must have known I had graduated high school, since he had patrolled the auditorium when the ceremony took place. If you see him, did he wink an eye? Tell him what I said, that the old woman insists he has to return. But if he's 18 years old, he does not have to. The law does not require that. Suddenly the room exploded. The table was knocked away, the trapdoor sprang open, and out I popped from the hole like Lazarus from the grave. I was free. Say it again, I pleaded. Are you sure? Of course he was sure. He was the law. The sheriff repeated that message and then asked if I wanted to go back. That's like asking if you wanted a poke in the eye with a stick. No, thank you, I said politely. I'll go it alone. Poor old woman, she could have gotten a more compliant child from the children's home. In gratitude, we boys helped the sheriff back to his car. You will recall that he was lame and had difficulty bucking the snow and ice. He was nearly worn out, so he agreed to ride on my sled, the escape vehicle, and we eased him down the hill and into his car. If we had a beard and a bag of toys, he could have been Santa Claus. But he had no festive mission ahead. He had to go tell the old woman she had no legal authority to hold me prisoner. Ah, yes. Wild mountain time. Let's all sing along.
Yes, yes.
Will you grow lasting?
brings our radio show to a close tonight. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. So good night and have a pleasant tomorrow.
Try it? I don't know. Oh, look at that. Maybe it did. Look at that. Awesome. Yeah.